Hello everyone, this is Mr. Ortolano with another math videos. Today we'll be working on rules of exponents. So the very first one is multiplying powers. So the rule for this one is very simple. The math skill that you need to do here is just make sure that you know how to multiply and add numbers. So before that, the multiplying powers. So if you have two, you have the same base. So let's just say the base is x and an exponent a. A could be any number, positive, negative, and then you have multiply that with another same base x with a different variable b. I mean different exponent b. So what you need to do here is you copy the base, right? And then you just add a plus b. All right, and then every single variable, there are actually three invisible numbers there. If you don't see an exponent, there's understood to be an exponent there. If you don't see a coefficient, there's actually a coefficient of 1 in front of it and a denominator of 1. All those numbers, all the denominator 1, the coefficient 1, and the exponent 1 is invisible, but it is understood to be there. All right, so that's the rule. Copy the base, add the exponents. But this time, it's not only variables or one variable that we have. We actually have coefficients and variables. So a parenthesis is the same thing as multiplication. So let's do the expanded version first. Okay, expanded version, I don't recommend that one. 9x cubed is 9x times x times x times y times negative 12 times x times y, and then we're going to rearrange it into 9 times negative 12 times x, and then I'm gonna put the x's together. There are 4 x's right there and 2 y's, and then we're going to multiply 9 times negative 12, that's negative 108, and then put this together. X times x times x times x is x to the fourth, y times y is y to the second. All right, so this easier way. It's easy if you're gonna expand it because you could see it, but then I don't recommend this. It's supposed to be like fast and simple. All right, so here you just have to distribute. So match them up, like multiply the numbers right here. 9 times negative 12, that's negative 108, and then the x variable, there's a 3 and an exponent 1 right here. 3 plus 1, that is a 4, and then y to the exponent of 1 times y, that's y squared. All right, that's it. This one right here is the shortcut, which is pretty much recommended. Okay, but if you can't, then do the long way. Okay, you sacrifice time right here. All right, but this one is like high risk, but you save a lot of time. Okay, we're done with multiplying powers. Okay, another example right here. Example number 2 is like so we are now gonna do just a shortcut just to save time. So you multiply the coefficients right here. That's negative 75. All right, add exponents for the variable x. That's 4 plus 3, which is 7. Add exponents for the variable y. 5 plus 4, or 4 plus 5 is 9. And that is our answer. Okay, next one. Raising powers to powers. So we are going to expand this one. So the negative 5 x to the 4th y to the 4th parentheses 3, exponent 3, meaning we could expand it into negative 5 x to the 4th y to the 4th, and we're going to multiply that 3 times. Okay, this is the long way. Okay, not recommended. All right, and then if we're gonna apply the now this time we are we're just multiplying the coefficients first. So we multiply this one right here, negative 5 times negative 5 times negative 5 is negative 125. And then x to the fourth times x to the fourth times x to the fourth, the variable x, we have to add the exponents. 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12. And then the variable y, we're going to add exponents, same thing. 4 times 3, that would be 12. Or 4 plus 4 plus 4. All right, this would be our answer. Now for the shortcut is, oh, I forgot to give you the rule. So if you have an exponent, a base x with an exponent a, parentheses b, all right, you just have to copy the base and then you multiply a times b. Okay, you pretty much distribute the exponent, the outside exponent, to the inside exponent. All right, that's a long method. So the shortcut for this, we have to put multiply. Take note, there's a 1 in front of the 5. I mean, it's exponent of negative 5. And this negative 5 has to be now in parentheses, exponent 1. Okay, and then distribute that 3 right there. Okay, so that would be negative 5 to the third, x to the fourth times 3, y to the fourth times 3. This is supposed to be 1 times 3. Okay, and then simplify that one. Negative 5 cubed x to the 12, y to the 12, and then fully expand. Negative 5 cubed is negative 125 x to the 12, y to the 12. Okay, we're done with powers to powers. So this is another example, example number 2. So we are just going to distribute that one, right? Distribute this and distribute that. Okay, that will be negative 4 to the exponent of 5. And it is important to put this one in parentheses. If you could put that parentheses and the exponent 1, so you could be easily distribute. Because it might hurt you if you're not going to put it in parentheses, especially if there's negative involves. And then x to the, then this time you can just mentally do it. Okay, 3 times 5, y to the 15 also. And then simplify that one. Negative 4 times 4, oh, this is tough. 4 to the 5th, what is that? Okay, let's leave it like that. Too much mental math. Could do long multiplication that one later, but that's a big number. That called me off guard. All right, the third one is dividing powers. So for dividing powers, if you have so if it is multiplying, you add exponents. The opposite for that one, dividing, then subsequently it's going to be subtracting exponent. So you have the numerator, and you have here a denominator with a different exponent. So to do that, all you need to do is copy the base, and you have to subtract the numerator's exponent minus the denominator's exponent. Okay, so as always, we are going to do the expanded form, which is 5. Oh, this is a lot of writing. And then I could say 25 is a 5 times 5 form. X 1, 2, 3. And then we're gonna cross off. We know that a number divided by itself is equal to 1. So we could cross this off right here. Okay, and then I cross off 1, 2. And then I cross off one of the 5s here. One pair of 5s. Alright, and the answer would be, there's no more, well, there's a coefficient of 1. We don't have to write it down. And what I have here is x to the 6. The bottom would be 5 y to the fourth. Okay, that is the expanded form. But I don't like the expanded form. We're just going to uh, right away um, do it. So if we're gonna follow the if we're going to follow the rule, it's gonna be so you have done simplifying fractions before. So for the coefficient we have 1/5. We have simplified that, and when we subtract the exponent, it's gonna be x to the 7 minus 1, and then for the y is y to the 2 minus 6. This is if we're going to apply the rule. We subtract the numerator's exponent minus the denominator's exponent. So from here, we have, now I have 1x to the 6, and then y to the negative 4 over 5. But why is it that it looks different to this? Now, remember, there's a negative exponent. So, that would come next when you have like negative exponents. So, we'll just give you an advanced lesson on that one. To change a negative exponent to a positive exponent, all you need to do is to change its location. So, since this negative exponent is in the numerator, just bring it down, and that will transform from negative 2 to positive. All right, so since that I don't have to write the coefficient 1 because everything is multiplied. 1 is itself, okay, and then that would be the 5 is a denominator. Bring this y to the negative 4 from the numerator to the denominator, and it will transform to a positive exponent. There you go. All right, another example. So we are going to simplify this. We'll do shortcuts now. So the fraction, there are 2 8s in 16, 3 8s in 24. So we could simplify that one as 2/3. And then we subtract the exponent, x to the 4, 5 minus 4 is 1. So x to the 1, or x, and then we subtract the exponent. But take note that so that we don't have negative exponents, all you need to do is to remember which side is a winner. So there's more x's on the top than the bottom, so the winner would be the top. While here, y cubed over y to the 8, there's more y's at the bottom. So, but you still have to subtract. There's a difference of 5 here, and right here the difference is 1. Okay, but you write it wherever the has the most or has higher exponent. That is where you're going to put the answer. So x is numerator, but the y to the 5th has to be denominator. So if you want me to show the long method, just to show that the shortcut works, okay, 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3, and then 3 times 8, 1 2 3 4. All right, so this one is the 2/3, goes right here. Then we cross off 4x to the 4th, leaves you with 1x in the numerator, and then cross off 3 right here. There's 5 left at the bottom. Okay, so that's done. Okay, the next one is negative exponents, type 1. So here we need to transform a negative exponent. It's easier to just deal with positive exponent. So they're all x's. We could still apply the power rule and the quotient rule, but what we need to do is okay, this is the rule for negative exponent. It is 1 over x to the b. All right, I'm just gonna use b. This is equivalent to this is denominator, so if we'll cross, it will go up, x to the negative b. Okay, another, if you have x to the negative a, that is also equivalent to 1 over x to the a. So from numerator to denominator, or from denominator to numerator. Okay, so since this one is numerator, I'm gonna move that below, okay, and transform that to positive. So we x cubed, any positive exponents, don't move it, only the negative. So this will become x to the fourth. And then you simplify, that will be x, and applying the power rule, or multiplying powers, you add exponent, it's going to be x to the 7. And then fully simplifying this one is by quotient rule, okay, dividing powers, you subtract the exponent, it's going to be 1 over x to the 6. Okay, and then more examples. It's just a matter of moving them. All right, x squared stays there, but the rest has to move. So x to the 8, I'm gonna put it on the top. Y to the 8 also, so this one has to move. It's right here. This one has to move. Y to the 8, and this one from top to bottom, or numerator to denominator. And then apply the multiplying powers. I have x to the 10, y to the 8 over y to the 5th, and then finally apply the dividing powers by subtracting the exponents of the y variable. Then you have, okay, y to the 3rd, no more denominator. All right, so this one, there are multiple ways of doing this. So we could still distribute the -2, and then we're just gonna make it positive. So there are 2 ways of doing this. We distribute this one, 2 to the -2, x to the -2. All right, and then we are going to put this, like, move it down. 1 over the 2 to the -2 will come down as 2 squared. The x to the -2 will come out as x squared. And then we fully simplify it. It was going to be 1 over 4x squared. Okay. Oh, the other way is doing it like this. Since the whole thing is negative, so you will bring it down as 1 over 2x squared, which is equivalent to 1 over 2 squared x squared, which is equivalent to 1 over 4x squared. All right, now we are combining everything. Okay, so you have to make sure that you work using, we'll start with the parentheses. So the first rule here is only distribute, okay? Power to a power. What's going on? Okay, so 3 is not part of the exponent 3, so you leave it like that. Then this will become x to the 6, 3x cubed. Now you just do quotient rule. This cancels out. The final answer is x cubed. They will get more and more complicated. All right. So before you change the negative to a positive, you have to apply power to a power rule for. So 3t to the -1 over -3, and then t to the -4. Okay. And by the way, that only the exponents, okay, only on the exponents that the rule apply when you move it to the top, or move from a numerator to a denominator or vice versa that the sign changes. It doesn't apply to coefficients. So this right here, you will just divide that normally, which is -1. All right. And then I would say the t to the fourth will go now to the top. And then t to the -1 will go to the bottom and change the sign to positive. And then fully simplify it, it's going to be a -1, subtract the exponent, -1 t to the third. Okay, so level 3, we are going to distribute this to negative first, which is 3 to the -3, d to the -9, z to the -3. Oh, pardon the background noise, there's construction going on in the house. 5 d to the -3, z to the 4th. Alright. You could actually apply the quotient rule here by subtracting the exponents, but I don't like doing that. I would rather do the negative, make the negative exponents positive. So what I'm gonna do is okay. So this one right here will be next to 5, 3 to the third. Okay, then this one right here will be d to the +9. This is going to be z to the +3. And then this right here will go up, d to the third, and z to the fourth, it's on the right spot because it's positive, so it doesn't move at all. All right, there you go. Now we just have to simplify it. So I'm just gonna clean it up, but you could do shortcut actually for this one. So that's 5 times 27, d to the 9, and applying power rule right here, z to the 7. And then once we have that, we simplify. So there's nothing left because we subtract the exponent for this and this one. So nothing, no more in the numerator except the one right here. 5 times 27, that's 155. 135, what am I doing? Okay, 135, d to the 6, z to the 7. Okay, and then I think this is the last one. All right, same thing. So we have to distribute first the -2. The top remains the same. 20, b to the -8, r to the -9, 5 to the -2, b to the, so distribute the -2 right there, b to the -8, r to the +10. And then we'll change its location. Okay, 20 stays the same. Okay, b8, this one moves down with this also, r to the 9. So we're done with the 20, we're done with this, we're done with this. This has to go up 5 squared. This has to go up, and then r to the 10 is on the right spot. Okay, 20 times 25, b to the 8 over b to the 8, r to the 19. Okay, 500 for the number. B to the 8 crosses off, 500 over r to the 19. Okay, that's all. I thank you for watching. Hope you are learning something. Okay, pay attention to your teacher. Okay, make sure you pay attention so you don't have to watch this video.